Man, man, oh man. All right. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And yeah, pretty much it's going to be a quick, lesson, right? A quick breaking news update. You pretty much have, like you can see in the title, Salaki. So much notifications. My brain is like trying to trying to process it all. But you have ballistic missiles that will launch from Iran against Israel, and as you can see on screen here, this is the like I said, the news just keeps coming in more and more and more and more. Every 2 seconds, there's some news about this here. So we know that recently, right, there's been a lot of action going on over there in Israel. You had the whole attack against Hezbollah, taking out the leader, and so on. And so what this looks like is a retaliation by Iran, okay, on Israel. And I'm gonna play, at least what you see on here. It says more than 1,000, or not 1,000, more than 100 missiles from Iran fired into Israel. Now, these aren't like the same kind of missiles they launched last time, where they foreshadowed and they told them ahead of time what was coming. All right, these are actual, retaliatory missiles, right? Ballistic missiles. So let's go ahead and play some of this here.
We are now in Israel. This is for my house. Have to see what's happened here. 102 rockets is coming from Iran. The crazy military rockets. You have to see, this is for my house. What's happened? All the world have to see what's happened in our sky now in Israel. This is crazy attack from Iran. We are now in.
Now, of course, this is breaking news, right? So we all know how breaking news goes. Over time, more and more information is going to come out, right? And we're going to get more clarity as to what exactly is going on with what. But so far the initial take here is that this is what Iran has done, and you're definitely going to hear about what kind of a major escalation this is. So what's interesting is you had today, right? The port, the dock, workers went on strike. At the same time, you have this retaliation by Iran. Now, last year in October as well, right? You had what was it? October 7th, I think. You had the whole attack that sparked things up. In addition to this, the U.S. just today, right? They were warning about Iran launching missiles imminently, and then they mentioned about how they will be defending Israel against this, and how there's going to be consequences against Iran for this. So, this spiral into a war, right? That goes back and forth, and the U.S. gets involved. At the end of the day, we all know that regardless of how things go, and how tensions rise up, we still have intermediate prophecies, right? The MOTB, the mark of the beast, still needs to come out before. However, what you're starting to see is the Lord is picking things up. He's setting up, the actual war itself before, the other prophecies take place, and then eventually just goes nuclear. But don't be surprised if the U.S. gets dragged in here if they're not already dragged in here. Okay, so this is pretty much going to be on the news for a lot. Yeah, that's right. That's right. The last quarter of the year, and it's hot. It's hot. It's hard to contain that excitement, man. But at the end of the day, the Lord did say that, this is what he was going to do. This is prophecy. Okay. Now, at the same time, I believe there was also a shooting. Yep. A shooting in Israel as well. So let's play this here. I'm going to see if I can just play some of the footage.
We are now in.
So it's real, man. All right, it's real. Yeah, at the end of the day, man, prophecy remains and prophecy stands. Okay, and it's only going to get more and more intense. All right, as time goes. Pursuant to Psalms 119 and 126, it is time for the Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai to work. Okay, for they have made void thy law. So we're seeing the workings of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai in the earth, and it's only going to pick up more and more.
واو واو הכל פה מעלינו.
So yeah, pretty much you can see there, right? They have the sirens going off. Now, if I check my notifications here, right, you'll see. Let's see. No, not this. I want to see the other notifications. Oh, I don't know why it's not showing here, but anyway, you usually see like a whole bunch of let's share this tab. Yeah, you'll see a whole bunch of notifications. This one here is from zerohedge.com. All right. Also, you see here, U.S. is expected to participate in defense. So what does that mean, right? If the U.S. is expected, I mean, look at this. The U.S. is expected to participate in this. They're going to get dragged in there. They already sent troops in there, right? They said they were sending more and more troops. They're going to get in there, and eventually it's just going to escalate more and more. But it's also very interesting that this is all happening right before this election, okay? The so-called election, if there even will be one. Right, so a lot is going on. We just got to keep our eyes open now. What I want to do here is, let me search in here. Iran launches missiles on Israel. And yeah, you can already see these are live, right? This is from Washington, whatever journal. Yep, Wall Street Journal, Washington. Wow, I'm tripping. Let's see what the updates are. Right, Israeli military said Iran launched missiles at the country a short while ago, an escalation that risks a wider war in the Middle East that the Biden administration has worked to avoid. So now ask yourself, right, after this, because pursuant to Habakkuk 2 and 3, right, though it tarry, wait for it. So it happens, then it tarries, then it happens, then it tarries, but it keeps on escalating. So ask yourself that after this, with Israel already engaged in a ground invasion in Lebanon, right, going against Hezbollah, Iran has now retaliated. Do we just then go back to life as normal? Slaki, I'm not even sharing this tab. All right, this is the tab I'm looking at, right? Do we then just go back to life as normal? This just quiets down and everything is all good, everything is all sweet after, right? It's not how it works. Okay, regardless of what you believe, regardless of what you try to tell yourself, the world is singing to the tune of prophecy. It's only going in one direction. Okay, and that's how the Lord moves, just like that. He moves fast. Okay, so don't expect, like, personally, I don't even think that when it comes to the MOTB, man, that's not something that's gonna take like 10,000 years. That's when you look at the way the Lord moves with these prophecies, it's very fast. So before you know it, boom, something happens, some major catalyst happens, and all of a sudden they're moving quick, and they're implementing things here, they're signing things here, you know. Oh, that's it. Let's put that up here. All right, Shalom, bro. It says, and Shalom to you all, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai Barakatham. From Gil Insider or Goal Insider, Israeli official, there will be a very strong reaction. What now? What does that mean? We're gonna invite them over and have Starbucks and discuss how we can get they can get their nails done together and then calm things down. No. What kind of reaction do you think they're gonna respond with? They're gonna use their missiles as well. See, Israel, they've been waiting for a moment like this. Okay, as a matter of fact, the last time when Iran projected and gave them the heads up, hey, we're gonna retaliate, and they shot those drones and stuff. Israel, they were like, yeah, 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 but really, they wanted more, right? They wanted more. They want Iran. Okay, they want Iran to do something like they just did, so that they can then, even whether they're justified or not, they can go even harder and say, oh, ain't nobody gonna stop us now. You saw what they just did. Okay, so the scriptures don't lie, man. At the end of the day, the scriptures don't lie. Let me read this real quick. This is Enduring Servant 144K Ba, Joel 3 and 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. And as we always say, if this is, the nuclear destruction is the end, right? The one of the last prophecies, and the mark of the beast is supposed to precede that. So when you start to see the Lord stirring this thing up, right, for the end time, that goes to show you that the MOTB is even closer than that. And that's why the scriptures say, for it is nearer than when we believed. Our salvation is nearer than when we believed. Okay, and we're talking about world scale events here. So as they keep on mentioning about this wider war, right? This wider war in the Middle East, it's going to be a vortex, pursuant to what is written in Jeremiah, right? The least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. It's going to be a vortex that eventually is going to draw in nations into a world war. Okay, and in doing so, it's also going to draw the line. It's going to draw sides. As you're going to see, Turkey is going to be on the side of Russia, as pertaining to Ezekiel the 38th chapter. and so it's turmoil outside and inside. This is Joel 3 and 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So we're in the time, as it also mentioned in Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, in a time of war. Okay, there's a time of peace and there's a time of war. And guess what? We're in a time of war. And there's more to come. So let me read a little bit here. It's pretty short here, but let's see what's going on. So this is just giving some context, right, about what has happened recently, right? Israel killed Hezbollah leader. There was vows of retaliation and so on. Now, it says Israel also recently killed Hamas's political chief while he was in Tehran as a diplomatic guest of Iran, a day after the inauguration of Iran's new president. So the latest update so far, we have, right, 6 minutes ago, sirens blare across Israel, explosions heard in Tel Aviv. You also have here, Iran launched missiles at Israel, right? Israeli military says. And so, I mean, let's hear, right? Let's see what Iran comes on and says. But just like the brother posted, man, Israel is saying here that there's going to be a reaction to this. And let's also hear what the U.S. is going to do, because they're going to be in there. They're going to be up in there as well, right? We also have another article here. Iran launches over 100 ballistic missiles in attack on Israel. Civilians ordered into bomb shelters. Look at that, 144 comments. Ain't that something? Iran fired over 100 missiles at Israel on Tuesday night, sending millions of Israelis into bomb shelters across the country. Sirens blared across the country as missiles targeted central and southern Israel in Tehran's first direct attack on the Ish state since April, according to the Israeli military. So you got the news all over it, BBC's all over it, Fox is all over it, NBC is all over it, everybody's all over it. First wave of missiles were reported to have 102 ballistic missiles capable of reaching Israel in 12 minutes. Okay, let's take a look here. So, I mean, I didn't understand what they were saying, but you could hear some sense of concern and fear in that, right? Like witnessing what's going on. They're like, yo, yo, people are stressed. And hey, as the Lord said, this is the beginning of sorrows. It says here the U.S. has moved additional military assets, including fighter jets, to the region and vowed to help defend the Ish state against the attack. So if Amalek goes on the offensive, what do you think the U.S. is going to do? Because in you know how somebody commits a crime, you're there, you help them, you're an accomplice. Well, if Amalek goes on the offensive and the U.S. is there supporting them, defending them, and possibly partaking in that, eventually this is going to escalate more and more. They're going to be dragged in there. We are actively supporting defensive preparations to defend Israel against this attack, the official said. A direct military attack from Iran against Israel will carry severe consequences for Iran. Well, you just had it. So what consequences are we going to see? In April, Tehran fired more than 330 drones and missiles against Israel, nearly all of which were intercepted with the help from the US and Jordan. And that was a light blow, right? I was like, yeah, we're just going to do this. We're going to let you know what we're doing, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so more breaking news. It says here, Iran guards say attack on Israel responds to killing of guards commander, militant leaders. Well, so there's a lot going on over there. It says if they only use ballistic missiles this time, it would give the U.S. and its allies less time to intercept the attack, a U.S. official told Axios. Ballistic missiles also fly higher and faster and are much harder to shoot down. So if they're using ballistic missiles, then it shows you that this is like an actual serious retaliation. Even Dabu's going live. Anyway, the attack from Iran may be on a wide scale, the IDF warned, and urged Israelis to follow directions on taking shelter. The U.S. previously mobilized more troops in the area, as well as extending the deployment of the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier group to help defend any incoming attacks from Iran. And then it goes on more and more. Let's take a look at this.
ירוטים. זה אלינו, אבל... וואו, נפילות.
Yeah, you hear him breathing heavy, right? Now you can get a better understanding as to what it is that the prophets would have been seeing in the visions they received, right? When they were describing, these things. Oh, Iran claims we fired 400 missiles at Israel. Okay. Iran launches second wave of cruise and ballistic missiles right now. Hey, keep them coming, bros. When I say bro, I'm referring to the brothers in the chat. All right. But anyway, now you get an idea as to what the prophets would have been seeing when they describe what they described. Because imagine you looking in the sky and seeing these lights, you're seeing the fire behind them, you're seeing how they're traveling in the air. You would describe them similar to how the prophets of old described them. Okay. So one, Iran ain't playing, right? Bro, just put the updates in there. So we got a lot going on. And yeah, Iran launches second wave. Iran claims they fired 400 missiles. So we're going to see what happens. Okay, but it's only up. Breaking Israeli officials have confirmed that the security cabinet is meeting at the government bunker near Jerusalem. So what are they meeting for? They're discussing what they're going to do and how they're going to retaliate and whatnot. All right. And so it's like I said, it's just a matter of time. We got to watch and see what's going to come of this. Okay. But the Lord is definitely picking things up. Yep. Dyed garments from Basra, Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. And that's going to be this war. Okay, because eventually what they're going to be using is those missiles. All right, which is where that burning and fuel of fire is going to come from. So imagine when those missiles, when no longer are you watching it on screen taking place in somewhere else, but now you actually look up in the sky and see them coming towards here, because according to prophecy, that's what's going to happen. So imagine what that's going to look like then. Yeah, that Iron Dome ain't so iron no more. All right, yeah, it's falling. It's falling. And Babylon is soon to follow suit. But anyway, I gotta go. So just wanted to put that out there. Brothers know what's going on. Pay attention, watch, and I mean, we're all gonna be watching to see what comes next. But Lord willing, this is edifying and informative to the elect. And hey, Lord willing, Yahweh Basham Yahushai continues, to speed things up, to escalate things, bring out that MOTB, and just speed this thing up. All right, because we're trying to get out of here, man. Anyway, with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachah Kodash. Until next time, on.